Hello friends, this video on electricity part 2 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Now the question is, what causes the charge flow? What causes these electric charges to flow? There has to be something which initiates this flow of charges. Look at this example. Let us suppose there is a ball which is kept at the top of this slope, right? Do you see that the ball moves? No, the ball doesn't move. Now let us suppose if you apply a small force to this ball, what happens? The ball starts moving and then it starts rolling on itself along the slope. Why does this happen? Now, when the ball was rolling along this slope, was there somebody who was doing some external work from behind? No. So you applied this trigger. So this force which was applied here was the trigger to start this movement of the ball. So similarly, there is a trigger which initiates the charge flow and then the charge keeps on flowing. Similarly, let us suppose if you have a hot cup of coffee placed on a table. What happens? If you keep the coffee as it is for some time, what happens? The coffee becomes colder. Why does that happen? That's because since the temperature of the coffee is very high as compared to the temperature of the surroundings, heat energy starts flowing from a region of higher temperature towards a region of lower temperature. So gradually heat energy starts flowing from the coffee towards the surroundings. So the coffee keeps on losing heat and as a result, the temperature of the coffee reduces. So what was the trigger in this case? In this case, the trigger was the change in temperature. Since there was a difference in temperature between the coffee and the surroundings, so there was a flow of energy. Similarly, in case of a copper wire, for example, why does this piece of copper wire conduct current? I mean, why does the charges flow within this copper wire? Or when will the charge flow inside this copper wire? Charges flows due to a difference in potential between the two ends. If there is a difference in potential between these two ends of the wire, difference in potential or difference in electric pressure between the two ends of the wire, then the charges will flow from region of higher potential towards the region of lower potential. So if we say that this end is at a greater potential as compared to this end, then there will be flow of charges from this end to this end, and this flow of charges constitute current. Right? So if we say that this end is negative as compared to this end, that means this end has more electrons as compared to this end. So due to the difference in number of electrons, electrons will start moving from this end to the other end. So these flow of charges constitute electric current. So difference in potential between the two ends of a conductor gives rise to the flow of charges, and this flow of charges constitute electric current. Now, how is this potential difference produced? How will you produce this difference in potential between the two ends? Now, potential difference can be produced by a battery or by a combination of one or more cells. In fact, that is the purpose of a battery. If in your chemistry lessons, you would have studied the working of a cell. How does a cell works? So what is the purpose of a cell? The internal structure of the cell is such that chemical energy gets converted into electrical energy inside the cell. Therefore, this cell or a combination of cells, which is also known as battery, they are used to provide electrical energy, or they are used to produce potential difference between its two ends so that charge flow can be initiated. You would have seen, if you would have observed any battery carefully, you would see that any battery would have a plus end and